blasted from the jukebox. In the middle of it all, 5 women known as the Biker Queens owned the place. Loud, confident, leather-clad riders who didn't let anyone forget that this was their kingdom. They leaned over the pool table, sipping whiskey, when the door creaked open and a stranger walked in. He wasn't dressed like a biker. No leather jacket, no patches, no roaring presence, just a worn-out flannel shirt, jeans, and boots that had seen better days. His hair was cut short, military style, but his eyes carried a weight, as if he had seen things most wouldn't survive. The room glanced at him, then quickly dismissed him. All but the Biker Queens. "Hey, cowboy," one of them called, raising her glass. "You here to drink, or you here to play?" The others laughed, their voices echoing off the walls. "Maybe he's here to win our hearts," another teased, her voice dripping with sarcasm. Then the boldest of them slammed her cue stick down. "Tell you what, stranger, win against all 5 of us in pool, and you can marry us all." The bar erupted in laughter, roaring at the challenge. The man didn't flinch. He walked slowly to the pool table, setting down his beer. His movements weren't cocky, just calm. When he pulled his sleeve up to chalk the cue, the room went silent. Inked into his arm was a stark black POWMIA tattoo, the kind every veteran recognized instantly. Prisoner of war. Missing in action. It wasn't just a tattoo, it was a story of pain, loyalty, and sacrifice. The laughter in the bar died out like a snuffed flame. Even the jukebox seemed quieter. The Biker Queens stared at the tattoo. One of them, usually the loudest, looked down at the floor. She had lost a brother overseas, and the memory still haunted her. Another queen clenched her jaw. Her father had come home from war, but never really came home. The room shifted, the mood heavy. The stranger didn't say a word, just racked the balls, breaking with steady precision. As the game went on, the queens realized this wasn't about pool anymore. His shots were careful, not flashy, every ball sunk like he'd measured it against time itself. Between turns, the women began asking questions. "You serve?" One finally whispered. "Army," he said softly. 2 tours. Lost friends who never came back. Some still out there, waiting. His voice cracked but he steadied himself, taking another shot. The women exchanged glances. They were tough, fierce, but suddenly the jokes felt hollow. This wasn't a man to mock. This was someone who carried ghosts. By the time the last ball dropped, the game was over. The stranger had won, but no one cheered. The women stood, circling him, not as rivals anymore, but as witnesses. The boldest of the queens, the one who had issued the challenge, walked closer. Her hand trembled slightly as she touched the edge of his tattoo. "You don't have to marry us," she whispered, her tough exterior breaking. "But, thank you. For what you carried. For what you gave." The bar stayed silent, everyone listening. The stranger gave a faint smile, one that held both sorrow and pride. "I don't need thanks. Just, don't forget them. Ever. That's all I ask." Tears welled up in more than one pair of eyes. The laughter was gone, replaced with respect so heavy it filled the room like smoke. The Biker Queens, once wild and mocking, now stood beside him like sisters, protectors of his story. And when the jukebox kicked back in, it wasn't rowdy this time. It was soft, almost reverent. The man lifted his beer, not in triumph, but in remembrance. "To the ones who didn't come home," he said. The entire bar raised their glasses. By the end of the night, no one remembered who won the pool game. What they remembered was the silence, the tattoo, and the way one man's quiet strength could turn mockery into respect. The Biker Queens, once laughing at him, now walked out of the bar shoulder to shoulder with him, like a newfound family forged in shared pain. And if you're still watching this story unfold, take this moment to honor those who served, those who didn't return, and those who still carry the weight of their sacrifice. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it so more people hear stories that remind us of respect, courage, and the bonds that make us human. Because sometimes, a tattoo isn't just ink, it's a legacy.